don't want you to know what it feels like to keep all of this pain so concealed. Like, I want out of this plane, I told my psych, you don't need to, you don't need to. I'm losing patience, living in damnation. I'm dark vibrations, singing incantations. It must sound like I'm mad, I'm never found to be glad. I'm working out of the math, the answer's always been sad, yeah. I'm a zero summation, lost in translation. Here's my resignation, from this life I'm not staying. My whole lifestyle passing fad. You'll remember the times we had, the times we had, yeah. All these pleasures my brain can't have, I want out, so please don't be sad. Give it up cause I'm getting out, don't be sad, you could let it out. All the shit I'm forgetting now, my whole life I've been checking out. All I said you could send it out, light it up, now I'm headed out. This is the end of my part now, we will be never apart, no. I'm losing patience, living in damnation. I'm dark vibrations, singing incantations. It must sound like I'm mad, I'm never found to be glad. I'm working out of the math, the answer's always been sad, yeah. Don't leave, I need you with me. Don't die, I need you alive. Don't go, don't leave me alone. You said, yeah. My entire life feels like one big mistake, and all these pills inhibit reality. I can't arrive at any reason to wait. Take it one at a time, only take it one at a time. And I don't care, cause I don't give a take. From this world so superficial and fake, in all your joys I simply cannot relate. Take it one at a time, only take it one at a time. I say goodbye, it's getting late now. Please don't cry, you'll know I made it out. Say goodbye before I fade out, before I fade out, before I fade out. I'm losing patience, living in damnation. I'm dark vibrations, singing incantations. It must sound like I'm mad, I'm never found to be glad. I'm working out of the math, the answer's always been sad, yeah. I'm a zero summation, lost in translation. Here's my resignation, from this life I'm not staying. My whole life's a passing fad. You'll remember the times we had, times we had, yeah. Let it out, all the shit I'm forgetting now. My whole life I've been checking out. All I said you can send it out, light it up, now I'm headed out. I don't want you to know what it feels like to keep all of this pain so concealed. Like, I want out of this plane, I told my psych, you don't need to, you don't need to. I'm losing patience, living in damnation. I'm dark vibrations, singing incantations. It must sound like I'm mad, I'm never found to be glad. I'm working out of the math, the answer's always been sad, yeah. I'm a zero summation, lost in translation. Here's my resignation, from this life I'm not staying. My whole life's a passing fad. You'll remember the times we had, the times we had, yeah. All these pleasures my brain can't have, I want out, so please don't be sad. Give it up cause I'm getting out, don't be sad, you could let it out. All the shit I'm forgetting now, my whole life I've been checking out. All I said you could send it out, light it up, now I'm headed out. This is the end of my part now, we will be never apart, no. I'm losing patience, living in damnation. I'm dark vibrations, singing incantations. It must sound like I'm mad, I'm never found to be glad. I'm working out of the math, the answer's always been sad, yeah. Don't leave, I need you with me. Don't die, I need you alive. Don't go, don't leave me alone. You said, yeah. My entire life feels like one big mistake, and all these pills inhibit reality. I don't give, I take from this world so superficial and fake. In all your joys, I simply cannot relate. Taking one at a time, only taking one night at a time. I say goodbye, it's getting late now. Please don't cry, you'll know I made it out. Say goodbye before I fade out. Before I fade out, before I fade out. I'm losing patience, living in damnation. I'm dark vibrations, singing incantations. It must sound like I'm mad, I'm never found to be glad. I'm working out of the math, the answer's always been sad, yeah. I'm a zero summation, lost in translation. Here's my resignation, from this life I'm not staying. My whole life's a passing fad. You'll remember the times we had. Times we had, yeah. Let it out, all the shit I'm forgetting now. My life I've been checking out. All that side you can send it out. Light it up, now I'm headed out.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the zoo. I'm the Rusty Panda, and I am here for you. Today we got Fat Panda in the room. Whoop, 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 whoop.
Hey.
Guys, I'm so happy that we reached 600 followers. I'm so happy for the love on this channel, and I can only say that this is going to be an excellent interview, and I'm so excited to get started. So, how are you doing today, Fat Panda?
I'm doing pretty good. How about you?
Doing pretty good. I'm pumped now. I'm feeling, I don't know if y'all notice, I have my panda hoodie on. So if I start turning red, it means the fleece lining is a little a little much.
Little toasty.
Little toasty. Yeah. So yeah, if you guys haven't been here before, we ask the streamers 15 things they like and 5 things they don't like, and we put them into Wikipedia and find some new things about those items or things, and new things about the streamer. So hopefully, yeah, I should have put the embarrassment of pandas, but I didn't want people to not know what that meant. I put it on my stories for Twitch, and it says the embarrassment or something, and then I put in parentheses 2 pandas equal an embarrassment. Like, I didn't want anyone to think that I was calling us an embarrassment, so I explained myself. I felt it was necessary. All right, so you have an excellent list. I was looking at one of the things, there's one thing on here that I'm absolutely in love with, and we'll definitely get to, but let's start, of course, with pandas. I found that ultimately fitting to start page on giant panda. Now, panda is not something, it has to be a giant panda, so I'm not sure what that's about, but yeah, so tell me kind of where your name came from and why pandas.
You know, half of me kind of doesn't know, but other than the fact that I absolutely love pandas, I kind of feel like they're low-key my spirit animal in a way, for the like chill side of me, I guess. I think they're adorable, and like, I don't know, every time I see one, I just want to pick them up and cuddle it and steal it. I guess it also was kind of at least the panda part has been a pet name in a way, like, not like, I don't know, weird way, but like, like, like when you have a significant other and you're like, oh, like people call them their
Honey
significant, honey buns or smoochy, and so, I had a pet name like Panda Bear or whatever, Panda or whatever, and so a little bit of that, and of course I added the fat part because, well, a couple reasons. I think obviously chubby pandas, fat pandas are adorable, and anytime I see like even when that's like drawn or whatever, I'm just like, oh, I just want to like squeeze, like squish that Fat Panda. So
Yes,
I kind of
yes.
wanted to evoke that emotion of, yes, a fat panda.
Now, I'm curious about the double A. So I know why mine is a double A, but I found your username and I saw it and it was in the recommended section. And I was like, no way does somebody else have a double A in their name as a panda. And people usually say, Rusty Panda because,
hmm
the other A's. So tell me what the double A is about for you.
Um, so I figured like, oh, there's probably already somebody who uses regular Fat Panda as a username. And so I'm going to have to make it different in some form or fashion. And it seemed like the best way to find that same username consistently across social media was to add the extra A's. Um, I also, this is going to be kind of weird. Like, I have such a weird thinking process.
Tell me, let's go. I'm ready.
So, my favorite number is 4. And yes, there's technically 5 A's in Fat Panda. But I kind of just liked the idea of the double A in one and a double A in the other word. And yeah, 4. I joke with my friends when I actually did another chat with somebody, and um I was joking that, like, yeah, if I ever, like, for any reason, if I had like some big interview with somebody, they'd be like, so Fat Panda, and I'd be like, no, 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 it's Fat Panda. And then, they would correct themselves and be like, so Fat
Fat
Panda,
panda.
and I'd be like, no, 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 it's Fat, and just go back and forth a ridiculous amount of times or
That's
something.
fantastic.
And it just kind of became like a little joke.
That's
So,
brilliant. I love that.
yeah.
Fat panda. Ah.
Fat panda.
Rusty
It's like
panda. Ah. Yeah,
Leviosa,
yeah,
but
love you. There you go. Um, yeah, so okay, I have to ask you, since we're alike in a lot of ways. What if you had to pick a card out of the deck of a deck of cards,
Ooh.
what would be your card?
Mm. It's a toss up.
Yeah.
Uh, my go-to would be an ace of spades,
Okay.
but when I was younger, I think this is so funny that like you asked me this, because when I was younger, I I was like, but everybody likes the ace of spades. Like everybody associates or whatever. So then I started saying that my favorite card was the ace of clubs. Um, and if I don't know if people count the Joker card, even the Joker card, I could consider that, but it'd probably be
Ace of clubs.
a ace of clubs, probably. Toss
I
really close to ace of spades, but everybody picks that, I feel like.
Yeah, mine actually is the ace of diamonds.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, yeah. And so when I go into the magician channels that I'm a part of,
hmm
they actually, and I'm scrolling here, they actually made me a card. Come on, why do I have so many gift subs? And here we go. And chat. So they made me the ace of diamonds because that's
Oh,
the
that's so cool.
card that I hold on to. And so I was wondering if it would be an ace for yours. So I'm glad it is. I think that's great. I think that's great. So yeah, let's talk more pandas. So,
hmm
um, first of all, are you a vegetarian?
I'm not.
Okay. I was just wondering if we were going panda style and we were going to be, receive honey, eggs, fish, yams, but then also like shrubs, oranges, bananas. Like,
Oh,
just
I like
curious.
oranges and bananas.
Oh, yeah. I bought 2 bananas today because we're leaving on a little vacation this weekend. And I was like, I can only have 2 because if I buy any more, they're going to go bad. Penguin to penguin, you like penguins? I am shocked at this, but we're black and white and awesome all over, so I guess we're kind of related,
Oh, I like that.
right?
Awesome all over.
Right? Okay, so they said that they're sending a lot of pandas back to China.
I also
Um,
heard that.
the Smithsonian, they're sending theirs back to China. I know that, but I feel like it's so important that we get to see them here. And have you ever seen one?
I've seen them. I believe the one I've seen was at the San Diego Zoo.
Okay.
And I actually picked up 2 little stuffed animal pandas from there, and they're named Kim and Wasabi.
Ah, was that the names of the pandas, or that's just where you went with the
No,
names? Okay.
yeah, those are the names that we picked.
I love it. And Penguin and Penguin, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the zoo. So let's see. I know all this. Oh, baby pandas. Let's talk about baby pandas. Look how
So
cute they
cute.
are.
Just want to take one, stuff it in my jacket, and run.
Yeah, I know, right? I know. Oh, they're just so cute. I'm trying to think. I don't want to see a panda skull. That's just creepy. Come on, give me. This is like the. Oh, okay. So this is like the itty bitty baby.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm curious. Now, we are talking about black and white pandas, but how do you feel about red pandas?
I love red pandas. They're also equally adorable. I think they are also equally I don't think the right word is mischievous, but like I feel like they find themselves causing a ruckus as much as regular giant pandas.
Right, like getting themselves into stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, some of the videos of now I've seen a red panda before.
Hmm.
They had that at the where was I? It was a Kansas City Zoo.
Hmm.
And so cute. Like
So
I
cute.
wanted to stuff it in my just take it home because I was like your ears alone make me like fall in love with you. Um but
Right?
but I'm curious, the 2 recognized species red panda, where does it tell me the difference between a red panda and a panda? Because that's something that I would like to know.
I've
Um
been I've been seeing a lot of videos of these red pandas and them like the keepers giving them a big ice block and they'll just rest their head on it and it's like
Aw.
the cutest thing to try to keep cool and their tongue sticking out and so adorable.
My goodness. Okay, so here, I guess this is saying that pandas are OG and then the red
Hmm.
pandas come after
Oh, interesting.
because that's what it looks like all here. Oh, the skunk, a raccoon. Yeah, that makes sense. It all makes
Hmm.
sense. I always thought that red pandas were like little trash pandas. They look very. Oh, those ears. Oh my
I
God, those
know. Oh.
ears. Thank you for the 27 months, Infozar. Um, but yeah, so oh my God, look at it resting its little head.
just letting their legs dangle. That's
Oh
so
my
cute.
God.
It's such a mood.
Right? It's like a sloth, but cuter a little bit. Sloths are
Right.
cute, but the red
Right.
pandas sleep in with their limbs fully. Just
Absolutely.
um yeah, there's pandas for days. We all come together Oh my god.
So I want to ask you
Yeah.
what inspired you to add the second A to your name?
You know, it's pretty simple. Somebody took my damn username
Dang it.
and I was so mad because I came over from Mixer. Um
Oh
and
no.
so my name was the Rusty I had established a name as the Rusty
Mm-hmm.
Panda, and then I came over to Twitch and it was taken, and I was like, "How? This is such a random name. Like this doesn't make any
That
sense."
right? Oh, and Rusty Panda is more random than Fat Panda, I would imagine.
Right? Like I'm like, "Who is the Rusty Panda?" So I go in and I stalk their stream a little bit, and I'm just like, "Hi, just so you know, I exist." And they're like, "Oh, that's crazy. We have the same name." And in my mind, I'm like, "Yes, you stole my username, but right now I'm being polite." Like, it's just. But yeah, I always say the extra A is for awesome.
Oh, I
So
love that.
yeah,
Yeah. That's such a mood though, because I also Twitter somebody has with the double A, and
oh
I
my
was like,
god,
here I was on the clear with the double A, so I big mood. I
yeah,
feel
for
you on
real.
that. So many pandas on Twitch, but we gotta make a team of an embarrassment, you
Yeah,
know.
exactly. Embarrassment squared calculated to the fourth degree, something
Yeah,
like that.
embarrassment. Sorry.
That's so good. With all the A's, just
With
like
all the A's.
embarrassment.
Embarrassment.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I just read this, also known as the lesser panda. Why? They should be equal.
Probably because it's small. I would just say it's smaller.
Yeah,
Not really any lesser.
yeah.
It's just as awesome, I
I
would say.
I agree. Oh, two currently recognized Chinese red panda genetically diverged about 250,000 years ago.
Oh wow. That's wild.
It is not closely related to the giant panda, which is a bear. The evolutionary lineage of red panda stretches back to 25 to 18 million years ago. That's crazy. So it doesn't have to do with the panda, but it does have to do with the panda.
They both possess wrist bones or
Uh,
false thumbs
for grasping.
used for grasping bamboo. Have you ever had bamboo?
Have ever had bamboo shoots are sometimes in give me a sec. Where like water chestnuts are. Like aren't they in the same uh if you're going to have a dish and it has water chestnuts, it might also have little bamboo shoots in it. Traylon, thank
That
you
I
for the ear.
don't know, but I will usually have bamboo shoots in like a red, like Thai red curry,
Okay.
and so good.
Okay.
So good.
I'm gonna chalk it up. Yeah, let's see. Gardeners working with bamboo plants have occasionally reported allergic reactions from no effects to previous exposures to immediate itching and rash developing into red welts for several hours.
Oh my.
But culinary. Ooh, Korean bamboo tea. I bet that has a taste. Not like a bad taste. I just bet that has a
What?
taste.
Yeah, I bet.
And then, wow. This one says sugar and coconut cream cooked in specially prepared bamboo sections of different diameters and lengths. That sounds good.
Mm.
So it reminds me of like a tamale a little bit. Like if you have it wrapped around
Yeah.
into like you could stuff things in it. Oh, bamboo
Mm-hmm.
charcoal? That's really cool. That's really cool. Gosh, there's so many things.
Right? I feel like bamboo is a very universal, like it can be used in so many instances, not just charcoal, but like, you know, um, furniture, home like building and stuff. But uh I know people use, I don't know. It's one thing that I was actually curious about is people using it in fabrics. I always thought that was kind of fascinating that people somehow like bamboo sheets, like bed sheets,
Yes.
and it's supposed to like make things a lot cooler. Also, sorry for like diverging a
No,
little
please
bit,
do.
but
And we have I don't know if my husband is here, but I believe we have bamboo bed sheets. Cuz
I
it's
have yet to try them.
cuz it's the stretchiness is like minimal, and it breathes. I'm almost certain we have bamboo bed sheets. But what's weird to me is bamboo paper products. So like toilet paper and paper towels.
Yeah.
Toilet paper, bamboo should not happen. I'm just
Well,
I'm just letting you know that this is my opinion on this, is that it's saving the environment, and I'm happy to that. Yeah, we do have bamboo sheets.
mhm.
Thanks, babe. It's saving the environment. It's good for, all those uses. But I'm telling you right now, it is not comfortable. It is no Charmin.
Really?
Yes. I'm
You
not
wait, you've tried bamboo
toilet paper. My friend
toilet paper?
Becca is all about saving the environment and all that stuff, and I'm like, that's great. But bamboo toilet paper is not an excuse. Like, we let's come up with anything else but bamboo toilet paper. It's a it's an experience.
Do we like the bamboo sheets though? That
Oh,
this I
yes.
have to I want to know because I am in the market for some spare bed sheets, to like switch them out and stuff.
Yeah, if you let me see. Uh Give me, no, they don't, not going to have it in here. Purple brand. No, they're not going to have it.
Ooh, I've heard of purple.
Right. So we have a purple bed,
Hmm.
and that's amazing, and it comes with purple sheets, but you can buy the sheets by themselves.
Ooh,
So, and they breathe really, really well. And yeah, I love them.
awesome.
So bamboo, what do you know?
Hell yeah. And it grows really fast. So I feel like as far as like, environment saving and like not wanting to waste on trees, that
Mhm.
bamboo makes sense, but it's also so incredibly, I want to say it's invasive in a way because
Yes.
I've heard people experience growing bamboo in their backyard and they can't for the life of them get rid of it
Yep.
no matter how much they've dug out.
My friend Derek has the same problem where he set up bamboo and he only has like a few of them because they're so invasive, and he has it like
Mm,
off to the side so that way it's not going into the neighbor's yard kind of thing.
nice.
Part Panda, my wife and I are opening a clothing company that specializes in bamboo clothing. It's hypoallergenic and much better for the environment.
I love that.
That's great. Yeah, that's
I'm gonna
awesome.
have to buy me some.
Mhm. Um all right. So pandas, let's move into tigers. It pulls up Tiger Woods for a second. No, no. I mean like an actual tiger. Come on now.
Like roar.
Like roar, exactly.
Not four.
Not
Not four, but roar.
That's their
Sorry.
new no, that's their new slogan at the zoo. Roar not four. Please
Right.
don't mistake us for Tiger Woods. Okay, so are you into cats, or is it just like tigers mainly, or tell me about this?
Mhm. I do like cats. I think they're adorable, but just like the panda, if I were to like pick a more fierce animal that I like, it'd be the tiger. If I wanted to be like, if I'm thinking more of the the confident side of my spirit animal, like the little more fierce and confident, I would probably choose a tiger. Um, I think they're just super cool because they're strong, a predator, and yeah, they're kind of badass in my opinion.
Oh my gosh, penguin. But yeah, so yeah, there are like tons of freaking tigers. I have seen one at the zoo. I don't know, they're pretty common
Mhm.
at the zoo.
Yeah.
But there's Bengals, yeah, Bengal tigers, Caspian tigers, Siberian tigers. I'm not gonna read all of them, but I'm curious. What about white tigers?
White tigers are pretty cool.
I figure they're pretty badass. But I like Bengal tigers because they're Bengal cats.
Mm-hmm.
And they're so freaking cute. I'm like, oh my gosh, you should not exist. You're so cute. But yeah, I mean, they all kind of look the same. But doesn't the white tiger have spots, or does it have stripes? No,
I think it still has
stripes.
stripes.
Here we go. Yeah. White tigers. So there you go. There's another black and white
Mm-hmm.
aminal that can, that you're, or do you like the orange ones?
I like them both. I just love what they could represent, not just as an animal, but in just in just culture in general. I don't have any tattoos, but if I were to get an animal tattooed, I would probably get a tiger.
Wicked. Now, would it be like the tiger face or like a whole tiger?
I kind of feel like it would have to be a whole tiger, just because, they have murder mittens and those are pretty badass.
Let's see if they have anything on the paws.
Their paws seem to be huge.
That's the teeth. That's them wrestling. Man-eating tigers.
Yeah, roar. Fierce.
Right, exactly. Main article, tiger attack.
I'm scary.
Right.
I'm not just soft and
literature.
Yeah, and I appreciate that, they are in a lot of literature, as it's showing, just or legends or, stuff like that in different cultures.
Yeah. What did you think? Did you see Tiger King?
Tiger King.
Okay, I'm gonna pull it up.
No.
Yeah, it's this guy. Oh, let me scroll down.
I think I remember. Yeah, Tiger King.
I never watched
no, I
it
haven't.
because it was apparently so awful. Like,
I've
not
heard,
awful,
yeah,
like bad, but like awful, like he is a bad person.
yeah.
So I was just curious if you've ever seen it and what your opinions are of it. But I also haven't seen it, and I don't have opinions of it. So we're kind of at a loss here. So let's. Okay. Oops. But okay. So, gosh, they're just so cool. Look at them stripes.
Right.
I want to see
Fierce.
Paws. Give me a picture of paws, please. No, they're not going to. Ah, well.
Big. Aw. And they're cute.
They're so
like,
cute.
They're so cute. They're cute, but they're fierce.
They're fierce. Exactly. I just love look at that face.
Right?
Oh my god, the beautiful eyes. I just want to hug one and not be mauled, but hug one that won't maul me.
I've seen, I mean, like, you see videos of big cats, whether they're tigers, pumas, or whatever, and they're with, or a lion, with their keeper or whatever, and they just, are lazy and just like "Meh," over, and I'm just like, I want that in my life.
I do too. I agree. Okay, so we're gonna move over to strawberries.
Mm. I've actually been craving those a lot lately, and
Yeah.
I've been dreaming. I was actually dreaming about them earlier today. I'm like, I really want some strawberries right now.
Like daydreaming, or like you had a dream about some?
Daydreaming.
Okay. Because the other day I had, and Davey would appreciate this if he's still in here. I had a dream about the pizza I ate.
Ooh.
That's how excited I was about the type of pizza. But we're not going to get into pizza because first of all, InfoZar is going to freak out, and second of all, because I go on long rants. However, it was such good pizza
Wait,
that I actually had a dream about it.
wait. I know you don't want to go on a long rant,
No, let's do it.
but I have to ask.
Yeah.
Pineapple on pizza?
Yeah. I don't look for it. I don't despise it. But if somebody handed me a hand and pineapple, then I would eat it.
Same.
Yeah.
Same. I would eat pineapple on pizza, and I know a lot of people. I know that's like a controversial question
Yeah.
for some people.
Yeah. Yeah, everybody's like, I can't believe it. It's an abomination. And I was like, look, I have penne vodka pizza, so I don't even want to talk about it. Yeah, what about strawberries on pizza? But yeah, penne vodka pizza, when they do specialty pizzas back home, because this is, okay, very short pizza story. Back home in New York, New Jersey, where pizza should be made and should be exported to the whole world, there is penne vodka pizza. There is white pies. There is chicken carbonara pizza. There's all sorts of different types, and they are all so amazing. And so my favorite pizza is actually penne vodka pizza.
That sounds so good. I'm also really
hungry. Yeah. So let's talk about strawberries.
Yeah.
All right, so why? I mean, you're craving them. Do you like fruit in general? Why specifically the strawberry?
I love strawberry is like love and hate because it makes me so sad that they're on like I think it's called the Dirty 30 list.
Oh no.
Which means they have probably, I think it's like the most pesticides used on them or something like that. I can't remember, but I just remember that being like the thing that something about that making it bad for you and you can't eat too many. But I just love a good strawberry. Like, give me a big strawberry that has like a little green tip on the tip. And I'll like bite off the little green tip because it will be like a little bit sour, and then I'll bite into the rest for the sweet. It's almost like taking a shot, You're like you're biting into the sour bit, and then you're like chasing it with the sweet part.
Yes.
And I feel like you can do so many things with strawberries. You can sugarcoat them, you can cover them in chocolate, you can have them with cream, or put them over angel food cake, stuff like that.
Yeah, I agree. I do love strawberries. I like chocolate covered strawberries. I think that strawberry is probably the only fruit that I will eat in a dessert. Like, I believe that there are fruits and I believe there are hot desserts. But when when the two mix, that's when I get a little iffy. Like, I'll eat a peach cobbler if it's cold.
What if a warm peach cobbler, but with a scoop of vanilla ice cream?
I would take out some of the insides and I would eat the ice cream with the crust and maybe like one piece of peach. One peach would be enough for that whole
I love
cobbler.
Peaches.
And see, I love peaches too. It's just got to be cold. I don't believe in warm desserts.
Or apple pie?
Same thing. Got to be cold.
Really? Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about hot fruit. It's just...
That's totally okay. I feel the same way about fried bread.
There you go.
I'm not a big donut fan, so...
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, and is that just for texture, or is that just?
I think it is texture. Maybe a combo of both.
Mm-hmm.
Just donuts in general.
Donuts in general, both the Krispy Kreme and the cake type.
Uh, like I'll eat a little bit of a donut if it's like chocolate covered and custard filled. I might,
Got it.
but other than that, I have no bear claws. Don't give me the powdered. No.
Yeah. I accept that about you. I do. um, my friend from the East Coast sometimes refer to that pizza as vodka slices, and the first time I heard that, I was like, "Oh my god!" Yeah, wonder what the OG strawberries tasted like. What from way back?
Right?
Oh my god, I'm sure they were freaking crazy.
Yeah. I mean, like, yeah. Nowadays, you know, they're just pumped with probably whatever to make them grow as big. There have been like, I mean, I've seen pictures of strawberries that are like half the size of my hand, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, that's huge and probably really abnormal. And
Yeah, let me see if there's a big one here. I mean, these ones are pretty large. But see, you have to, oh my god, you have to have a large chocolate covered chocolate covered um strawberry, in my opinion, because then you have a good chocolate to strawberry ratio.
I've seen like people also like melt sugar and they dip fruit into that sugar and then like make it cold instantly. So like there's this like hard glaze of sugar over whatever fruit it is. They'll do it with like little mandarin oranges or whatever. And I could probably eat those all day every day.
You've had it?
Yeah, the strawberry ones, yeah. It's
Okay.
really easy to make.
I'm iffy about that because fruit is already so much sugar.
Yeah.
But I don't deny that that probably tastes amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to hear something that's gross? Not gross, but makes you consider what you're eating.
Uh-oh.
From a botanical point of view, the strawberry is not a berry, but an aggregate accessory fruit, meaning that the fleshy part is derived not from the plant's ovaries, but from the receptacle that holds the ovaries. Each apparent seed on the outside of the fruit is actually one of the ovaries of the flower with a seed inside of it.
Oh my.
This is my reaction too.
Wait, am I so you're telling me that I am eating the receptacle that holds a plant's ovaries?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, just
Yeah,
kidding.
I know, right? Perfect. So I guess that brings us to the next topic, which is DayZ. No.
Yeah.
No, we could definitely go into DayZ. But I think that's a great segue. Ovaries, nom 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 nom. I love all humans. Okay, so let's talk about DayZ a little bit. We're kind of switching gears, and then we'll come back to food after that.
Sure. DayZ's great. A friend introduced me to this game a couple years ago because he was playing it, and I think I just enjoy the survival aspect of this game. So just to like give a quick overview of what DayZ is, it's a zombie survival game, and you're sorry, I'm being handed stuff now.
Oh gosh.
For some reason.
Is it a donut?
No. Thank goodness. That would be kind of funny though.
Right? If it just appeared with a donut and you're like, oh crap.
Yeah, and so it's like a survival video game. You have to survive zombies. You can build a base, and you can depending on what server you're on, you can basically try to survive other players. Kind of
Interesting.
gets a little intense sometimes, depending on what map you're on, how many people are on, and yeah, it's a fun game.
Hey there, fart. That's fantastic and random team. I'm not just saying hey fart. Is it anything like 7 Days to Die?
I want to say yes, similar.
Okay.
I haven't played 7 Days to Die, but in the sense of like, yeah, you can collect things and craft stuff and whatnot, and yeah, the
Interesting.
zombie aspect.
So, do you have to be in a server that's PvP, or can you play with your friends, kind of thing, and have your own server and just survive zombies PvE?
So my friend actually runs a PvE server. It can, like, technically PvP is allowed, but nobody really PvPs.
Right.
Everybody likes the whole exploring. Some of the maps that they have lore or like fun little treasure hunts or like fun places to explore. So having like the PvP aspect kind of makes it a little more difficult to do that. There are servers obviously that do have PvP. I mostly assume, unless it's advertised, most servers are PvP. Survival of the fittest, you know.
Right, right. Have you heard of Project Zomboid?
I have.
Is that up your alley? I just thinking all the zombie games that I know,
Mm-hmm.
and my husband is becoming obsessed, and there are other people in my community. Um, Hi, Empress Jody, welcome on in. There are a few of my friends who are obsessed with it, and I didn't know if you knew anything
Mm-hmm.
about it.
I have had friends play it, and some people recommend it. I have not played it, but I've definitely seen people play it. It might be up my alley. I don't know how I feel about the graphics side of it.
I
I
agree.
think with DayZ, I think what I also love about it is that it's really immersive. It's so like sometimes I'll forget that I'm in game, or like there'll be like some scenic views that really look like you are on top of a mountain and you're seeing a whole forest. And like I've taken trips, like some road trips, and seen some places that will remind me of being in game. So I'll like take photos and send it to my fellow DayZ players and be like, look, it's almost like I haven't left. And why does that train yard look lootable right now? You
I
know, or
know,
something
right?
like that.
You get out of your car and go on the train tracks and just start getting like a whole bunch of
Right?
what are those called? Spikes,
Yes.
railroad
Mm-hmm.
spikes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna survive this apocalypse.
Right.
And it's like, Panda, please, we're trying to get to our destination
Right.
before it gets dark. I'm like, I know, but we must build a base here. You know?
That's incredible. So you're into survival games then, yes?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, that's a broad spectrum of
Mm-hmm.
survival. But like, if I were to name like, well, I don't want to just name random ones. That's not what we're here for. But like, you have Walking Dead on there. Are you talking?
Oh yeah.
Is that that's still the video game, the comic, and the TV show, or?
I would say a little bit of everything. I started reading the comic, but it wasn't until after started watching the TV show. I haven't finished the TV show, but man, like it really I think there was like a few seasons out, and so I just started watching it and I binged it. And it was like, oh my gosh, like this is so good. And it started to make me think like one of those preppers,
Yeah, the
just
bug out
like
bag.
I've put together a bug out bag. I have, whatever little self-defense something, to keep with me if in case something happens. Um I definitely make sure we we keep some some food on some little extra like canned food on hand. Like it just really made me think of like what would I do in this kind of situation. And I know I didn't mention this earlier, but I'm a I'm kind of I'm a thicker girl, and it's definitely made me think of like I need to get in
Shape, yeah.
I need to be able to outrun these things or like hide into small places. And like it's just so interesting because just watching these characters develop, go from like this was like their whole lives changed overnight, and then they have to adapt. And so it makes me think, what do I need to do to adapt to that kind of situation? Like, is this now a dictatorship, you know? I don't know if you've seen The Walking Dead.
I know enough about it. It would get in my head. See, if I watched The Walking Dead, it would get in my head. Like,
Yeah.
just like you're talking about, only like I have vivid imagination, and I'd be like, there's a zombie around the corner. Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody woos over Daryl Dixon.
Yeah.
You know, survivalist with a crossbow, totally misunderstood. And yeah, it's I'm just like and it's kind of funny. Anytime like I get like a paper cut or like a food, like some food drops on a table that I'm like, I don't know if that's totally sanitary. I would sit there and be like, but what would Daryl Dixon do? He wouldn't let that food go to waste. He wouldn't cry over a paper cut. And that's, yeah, it's definitely changed my life in that way to where I've, yeah, exactly. What would Daryl Dixon do? So.
Oh my God. That's great. See, even now, like we're talking about The Walking Dead and I'm having like thoughts. Like I'm like,
yeah,
oh
well, what do you think you would do? Like, what would be your weapon of choice?
I'd be the first person to go.
I feel like I would.
I'd just be like, I would hold my husband down 100%. I'd be like, I'm holding you back. I'm sorry. I'm just going to back up into these zombies here so I don't have to watch the rest of the world burn. We're fine.
Right.
We're fine.
Like for me, I'm like, what's running? Like,
exactly.
I'd be wheezing down the block. Like, if it's not me being slow, it's the noise I'm making as I'm trying to get away that attracts them all.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Oh man.
Let me look up Daryl Dixon. Daryl Dixon. That's my new song. Can I just search it? I mean, that's
you probably could, to be honest.
Yeah, we're on Wikipedia, so I don't know why I just didn't bother to search it. Oh yeah, this guy.
Daryl Dixon.
Yeah.
Certified badass.
I feel like his hair doesn't match his face, doesn't match his beard.
Right? There's one meme of Daryl Dixon where he's like, spoiler alert, he's like crying because of a death. And like every time I see it, I'm just like, it looks so much like a wig. He actually did grow out his hair for this role, Norman Reedus.
Yeah. But
like it just, like, I agree with you, like some parts of it doesn't look natural half the time.
It doesn't. His face is really pale. Well, that could be like the movie, whatever, but his face is really pale. His hair is really brown, and then his beard is like salt and pepper blonde.
Right.
And I'm just like, is that really your hair?
Right.
But yeah, no, he was he was the bow and arrow guy, right?
Yeah, he uses a crossbow. He also drives a motorcycle, which is pretty cool too. And they actually, AMC started another show with Norman Reedus, the actor, which is, I think it's called Ride.
Okay.
So basically he rides around on his motorcycle visiting like different spots.
That's not it.
Maybe AMC ride.
Let's do this. Ride with Norman Reedus.
Yeah, ride with Norman Reedus. Yeah. And that character has the Norman Reedus slash Daryl Dixon has also inspired me to kind of low key want to get a motorcycle because I think that would be pretty cool.
I turned to Galvos the other day and I literally saw a motorcycle speed past us, and I just turned to him and I go, not even once. My balance is terrible. I would fall right off of it. I mean, you should see me ride a bike. It's terrible.
I think it would, for me, it would depend. I would have to get more of the low rider motorcycles, more of the classic, rather than like the Kawasaki like bikes.
Right. Yeah, I think the same thing. I would have to get a lowrider because I would want my knees to I would like to be able to sit on the ground. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like where your feet are close to the ground.
Yeah, and you're not like laying on top of the motorcycle.
But wait, what is that? Isn't it called a spider? The motorcycle. You know what a spider is?
Sounds familiar. Oh.
Yeah. So it's one wheel in the back, two in the front.
Oh, interesting.
And that, to me, if I was going to get some sort of motorbike, that would be it. Because I'd feel the most secure.
Yeah, absolutely.
With two wheels in the front to be able to turn, but then you have the one wheel in the back.
Not a motorcycle with a sidecar, you know? You could have the helmet with the little like little panda ears on it in the sidecar.
Look, you could have a trailer.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah.
That might be fun to cruise in though, still.
Yeah, I think I would love it. I would love it, but that's not something.
Absolutely.
Yeah, similar layout to a modern snowmobile.
Yeah.
So you were talking. Penguin and Penguin said Kung Fu Panda. So let's talk about Taekwondo.
Oh. Okay. Bet. I actually I started Taekwondo in elementary school. I think I was in 4th grade when I started. And I believe it was my freshman year that I tested and received my black belt.
Nice. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. I think I love it out of all the martial arts. Maybe I'm just a little biased. Taekwondo definitely was a great way for me to not just get exercise, but practice discipline. And I would credit Taekwondo to my faster reflexes for literally anything and everything. I've this is a random story. I was in like a senior writing class and I was falling asleep.
Oh no.
And the teacher was just getting mad at everybody because we were all like not really paying attention or getting really tired. Yeah. And it was an early morning class. It was like I don't know, the 7 a.m. class, like 0 hour kind of class.
Right.
And I just remember he crumpled up a paper and I was like leaning back with my eyes like partially open.
Right.
But I probably looked like I was sleeping. And he was like, "Wake up," and then throws like a ball of paper at me. And then I quickly went thwack. Like I just like my hand went across the body. Like it's hard to like, obviously I can't show you with the VTuber, but like, yeah, like it just like a backhand and like whatever. And like I just went smack and like the paper flew across the room and everybody looked over at me like, whoa, like weren't you just sleeping? And so I was like, yep, I credit Taekwondo to faster reflexes. And I used to be I'm not in Taekwondo anymore, but
Mhm.
man, I was like way more flexible. Like with Taekwondo, you have like higher kicks, like head level kicks, as opposed to like karate, which are more like lower level kicks. Um, yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah.
And Rufy Colada, welcome to the room.
Hi, Ruby.
Um, but yeah, it is in yeah, it's in the Olympics,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
so it's like serious business.
Yeah.
Um,
It is something that I did compete in. I didn't, obviously not at the Olympic level, but we went to tournaments. It's there are definitely different, I would say different like taekwondos. I specifically studied what's called Junri Taekwondo. Um, and it went from white belt to gold belt to orange to green to purple, blue, red, brown, and then second brown, and then black belt. So it was like a bunch of different belt levels that you had to um, train. And each belt level had like a different series of things to learn. And each time you tested for the newest belt level, you would have to go through all the criteria from um the previous levels. And so black belt test was no joke.
yeah.
Like doing like intense everything for like at least over an hour
Wow.
straight. So it was just it was a really good experience. I definitely wouldn't trade it for any other activity that I probably did
That's
growing up.
awesome. Good for
Yeah.
you. That's great.
Thank you.
That's great. Yeah, I've had a few people just do karate,
Mhm.
not taekwondo, but
Yeah.
I know about the rigorous black belt go through. I know it's a little different, like what you
Mhm.
have to do, but
Yeah.
I know about how long it takes and like the rigorous amount of things you have to do in order to get a black belt.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Wow, some of these, I'm looking at these pictures. Flying twins foot side kick.
Yeah, that was something that I could never really master. Like here I was, like I could drop into the splits and like, you know, just write the, you know, whatever. I could kick over my head. I could spar two full-grown men at the same time. The thing I struggled with most was jump kicks, jump side kicks, cartwheels.
Oh god.
I was like, I like my feet on
On
the
the
ground.
ground, yeah. So like this, a jumping reverse hook kick.
Yeah, I could definitely do hook kicks. Could not really. I would jump, but I would not really get as high as some other people. There were some people who were really like incredible at them. So not me.
And Bizarre says
Jump
the
kicks are
jump kick.
cool.
Yeah, jump kicks were his favorite. That's awesome.
That's so cool.
Wow. I just learned some things today. See? You're helping me learn. I appreciate that. That's what this is all about. Um okay, so we have taekwondo.
Hmm.
Let's go into cuz this is a Korean sport,
Yes, it
right? Yeah.
originated from Korea.
Right. So let's go into Korean barbecue.
Oh my gosh.
Let's
I
get
did
hungry
not.
again.
I'm already like, oh. Korean barbecue was something that I didn't discover until I moved to California, where I'm from in Washington. We never had anything like that. And basically, you go, or there's a lot of places that do have you had all you can eat Korean barbecue?
We have a place called Mongolian barbecue here.
Mm.
So it's probably
Okay, a little bit
not the
different.
same, but
Yeah.
it's an all you can eat dish where they make the food for you and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But this one you
Yeah.
make the food yourself, right? On a hot plate?
Yeah, yeah. So I love I think I love it for so many different reasons. Like I love the fact that you can go and you can take a bunch of friends and it kind of is an experience by like the whole cooking part, the cooking aspect, and you get to bond over the food that way.
Mm-hmm.
And you get to cook things the way you like them. Um, but they sit you down over a grill, usually either charcoal or gas. I've been to both. And they bring you can order different cuts of meats and you can get different sides like Korean dishes like kimchi, some pickled radish. You cook your meats and then you eat, just keep cooking and eating. It's like imagine like standing at your stove and you're just eating the food as it comes off hot from the pan. Like it's just so good. Just
So I imagine that you would have to be a good cook in order to do this. Because if your meat
yeah.
is like undercooked, it's like, do you have to sign something at the beginning that's like, I will possibly eat something undercooked, but you are not responsible?
I think they do like add those to the disclaimers. In my personal opinion, if you are my advice for anyone who's going to go to Korean barbecue, and if you're going for the first time, don't get the chicken. Don't get
Yeah.
don't get chicken, don't get shrimp. You know, sometimes they'll have seafood. Get the thin cut meats for your first, like the first thing as you're sitting down, like thin cut brisket, thin cut beef belly,
Mm.
because it cooks faster. And obviously with beef, like you can still have beef a little bit rare, but
Right.
it cooks faster, and usually at that moment you're probably really hungry, so it's going to cook faster and you get to eat that.
Right.
And then you want to cook your marinated meats separate from the non-marinated, because the marinated meats will cover your grill in marinade stuff.
Got it.
Um, but man, it's just everybody enjoys Korean barbecue a little bit differently. There's like corn cheese is a great side. Not everybody likes corn though. Some people like to eat their stuff with rice. Some people are like, no, you're paying a ton of money. You better get your money's worth and just eat
Eat meat.
meat. Oh man. But definitely one of my all-time favorite cuisines and things to go do is to go bond with people over Korean barbecue, maybe a bottle of soju, if we're feeling like getting a little wild that night.
Man, I haven't heard of soju in forever, man. I love soju.
Mm-hmm.
Lemon soju. Oh,
Ooh.
yes. That was my go-to cuz we went to my husband and I met at a Japanese restaurant. No,
Mm.
I'm lying to you. We met at a sushi bar.
Oh, okay.
But the sushi bar was run by a Korean couple, Mr. and Mrs. Kim.
Mm.
And so they had kimchi, they had
Ooh.
bulgogi, they had all this
Oh.
stuff, and then they also had soju and sake and all that other stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I would always get the lemon soju, and man, I mean, they would give you like the big bottle, like up to
Right.
here, and I'm like, no, that's all mine. Like, you guys can have something else. Give me a straw. Like, this is
Right.
going down.
That stuff is dangerous,
It
in my
is.
opinion. I feel like as a cocktail, even like you can't.
Yeah.
I would say like 80% of the time you cannot really taste it. So.
Yep. Yep. Those are the drinks I like. Uh, unless it's tequila shots, then we're on a different level. But otherwise, I don't like to taste my alcohol.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's talk about boba.
Oh yeah. Boba's great.
Boba's good.
Except I don't eat the tapioca pearls. I'll eat them if I get milk tea with them, but I'm actually more of a fruit tea with the popping boba kind of girl.
Okay.
But boba also was something that uh I didn't know about until I moved to California. It was like California opened my eyes to like so many different cuisines. But yeah, milk tea, so good. If you haven't tried it, highly recommend that you do. Have you tried uh
I think
bubble
so.
tea or boba?
I've had the when I've had boba, I've had the fruit jellies
Mm-hmm.
because
Yeah.
those were the only options against the tapioca balls. And
Got
I
you.
did not like the tapioca balls.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what
They're not for
popping.
everybody.
Yeah, I don't know what popping boba is. Let's. Oh, they look good. They look like little jelly balls.
They kind of are. So like it's kind of like I don't know, it's like this thin film, like gel film, and then when you bite down on them, or like they're so soft that you could even crush it with just your tongue in the roof of your mouth, and then they just burst with whatever flavor
Hmm.
is in them. So I'll get like a peach green tea with either the lychee jelly or the lychee popping boba.
Interesting.
So good.
Yeah, that looks really good.
Some
Okay.
people will some people will put the popping boba on their frozen yogurt, like on froyo.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds really good.
Yeah.
Tapioca boba. It just doesn't delight me.
It is a little odd. Like sometimes it's fun for the texture, but like I don't know, I never really feel like they have tons of flavor or
I
anything.
agree. Yeah, and it's just the texture for me.
Yeah, yeah.
Some of the first standalone bubble tea shops can be traced to a food court in Southern California and Fantasia Coffee and Tea in Northern California.
Mhm.
Chains like Tapioca Express, Quickly, Lollicup, and Q Cup emerged in the late 1990s, early 2000s, bringing the Taiwanese bubble tea trend to the US.
Yeah.
Wow, so it really is from not from California, but it really is like coming out of
Originating from
California.
yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I didn't even know what boba tea was when I lived in Jersey, and I only recently learned what it is in weirdly Missouri, just because it's starting to pop up more
Yeah.
frequently. Like you can't close your
Mhm.
eyes from it.
Right.
Um,
It's definitely become a lot more pop. We've actually had I was surprised actually when I moved back here to Washington that a few places have started to pop up with boba shops. Their popularity is growing for sure.
Yeah, I think like boba tea and avocados can be like two things that are just like have just exploded in
Right?
the late 2000s. Everybody has avocado on everything and everybody's got
Right.
to have a bubble tea with the avocado toast that they've made. Like and that's
Right.
okay. That's not a judgment. I would eat both of those things. But I
Mhm.
feel like I wouldn't even think about avocado 15 years ago, 10 years ago, you know?
Oh yeah.
And it's exploded. I remember when Froyo came out, like,
Oh
you
yeah.
know what I
And that
mean?
was like the thing like
Wait, how long has frozen yogurt been around? I know that's dumb, but like frozen yogurt, I want to see when it boomed. Um,
boba was just also great to get right after Korean barbecue, like the fresh fruit teas, because it's like you're eating all that heavy marinated meat and then you have something like fresh and sweet to fill in the cracks, you know?
right.
But I could argue that frozen yogurt could do the same, you know? Gotta
Yeah.
fill in the cracks.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't have the answers that I'm looking for, but that's fine. I still feel like I remember when Froyo came out. Like we had a Sunday bar back in my
Mm.
hometown. And so like we would go there and it would be like the
Ooh.
big deal, you know, we'd go there and they'd have all the flavors and all the toppings you wanted and everything. And then as soon as frozen yogurt came out, they closed.
Oh no.
Because it
What?
was right across the street, the frozen yogurt place. And this was
Oh.
ice cream. And this ice cream place been there for like 30, 40 years in the 90s.
Wow.
And this frozen yogurt place came across the way, and everybody was like, this has more flavors. This is healthier.
Mhm.
And so we're going to go here. And the place closed down.
Oh no,
Yeah,
that sucks.
yeah. But
What
it's
were your go-to toppings?
at the time, I don't know why, but at the time it was gummies. And
Hmm.
I don't understand now why I put gummies on something that's cold because it only
I was
turns
gonna
to
say.
rock.
Right.
So let's not anymore is my go-to, but back in the day that was along with
Hmm.
like graham crackers crushed and cookies crushed.
Yeah.
I like the crunchy compared to the ice cream. That really like that. That's one of my favorite things even now is having something crunchy with ice
Oh
cream.
yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
What about you? What was your go-to?
I was the same way. I liked the gummies and probably crushed Oreos. But like just side note, I also really enjoyed or I do enjoy frozen gummy bears. It's just like kind of a childhood nostalgia thing. My grandpa used to keep gummy bears in the freezer, and every time we would come over before we left, he would give us a couple frozen gummy bears. And I don't know,
Hmm.
I don't want to say it changes like the flavor, but like in a way, I kind of feel like it does a tiny bit, but also like the texture part of it too. I actually kind of like it.
Yeah, the I don't like how hard it is on an ice cream, but I can
Hmm.
appreciate it by itself.
Yeah, yeah,
But if I'm like
absolutely.
trying to do soft serve and I've
Yeah.
got these hard balls of
Right.
gummy bears, that's different.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, I love gummy anything.
Yeah.
Like gummy worms, gummy sharks,
Ooh,
gummy
I love gummy
frogs.
worms
Yeah,
and the peach rings.
peach rings, absolutely. Um, love me some peach rings. Let me look on your list here. You like spicy food.
I do. Something about the pain makes me happy.
All right, so you're a masochist for spicy things.
Do you like spicy food?
I do not.
Oh, okay.
No, no.
It's fair, very fair.
No, I am quite the blank what am I trying to say? Palate. Like blank palate.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I love a good spice, but I don't like a spicy spice. So tell me about your spicy foods. I'm not putting it down on you. I think most people like spicy food. So
Mhm.
tell me
Mhm.
about it.
Well, I think I mentioned earlier um typhoon about the curry bamboo shoots and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Um I would say like red Thai curry is probably like one of my favorite spicy foods. Um, I just think it's hilarious that most, I don't want to say most, but a lot of Thai restaurants, they'll have, like a heat scale
Mm-hmm.
and it will be like mild, medium, hot, and then Thai hot.
And that's where you're at
And
is Thai hot.
mhm. Yeah, and I don't know what it is, but it's just like it just makes me feel alive. Like I don't care, nose running, eyes running, and give me something ice cold to drink with my spicy food, and I'm happy. Like I also like um Popeyes came out with like the ghost pepper wings. They're not super spicy, but like I just enjoy the flavor of those. Like and I love jalapenos. Like I'll put pickled jalapenos on whatever I feel like it would work best on. And yeah,
You
I
sound like my
love it.
in-laws, man. They like eat no, they said they're not ghost peppers, but it's like they eat what is the next one? Habanero or yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they eat habanero for fun. Like jalapenos, let's just chop
Oh
it
my
up and
goodness.
she goes my mother-in-law goes I don't know, some of them are going to be spicier than others. And then
Mm-hmm.
she goes ahead and she puts it on our plate, and I forget what we were eating, and she eats it, and she's like, "Man, these aren't spicy. Let me put a different one on." She
Right.
puts another one on, and she's like blowing her nose, and like it's just super spicy. And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, like why would
Mm-hmm.
you do this to yourself?" Like, I
Mm-hmm.
get if you're going in and you're like, "This is going to be spicy. It's going to be Thai hot. I know what I'm expecting." But a
Right. Right.
jalapeno, a group of jalapenos, and they all taste different.
Mm-hmm. It's
That's
like a hit or miss.
yeah,
Like it's a
that's
landmine.
yes, exactly. That's terrifying. Like you could be getting it or you could not. It doesn't, you don't know. Now my
Mm-hmm.
only version of spice that I do like, anything that's spicy, is either horseradish or
Mm.
wasabi.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Cuz if I'm going to have sushi, I'm going to have it with wasabi, and it's just going to go away. It's not going to sting. It's
Mm-hmm.
going to be like a nice quick heat, and then it goes away, and it has its own flavor. And that to me makes me give myself a pat on the back, like, you did good today. You had
Yes.
wasabi. You did good today.
Do you uh do you put ginger with wasabi
I do
on your
not like
sushi?
ginger.
Not a ginger fan?
No. Now I
Fair.
you
It's
do.
very distinct. I do. I
Mm,
do. Yeah.
yeah. They always put it in the corner of my sushi thing, and I'm just like, oh, that's a pretty rose. I should probably keep it that way, you know?
Right? It's great decor. It's like
Right.
those it's like when they put a sprig of parsley like
Right. Yeah, nobody's gonna actually eat that basil with that caprese, but it's fine. Um, okay, so spice. Anything else spicy foods that you're
Oh man. Like I make a good jalapeno popper,
yeah.
like just half the jalapeno, core it out, maybe some, just to keep a little bit of spice, and then cream cheese, dust it with a little bit of garlic powder, and wrap it with bacon. Just
Mm,
pop it in the oven for like 20 minutes, and oh, so good.
that sounds
And
good.
yeah, like, and then Indian food, like spicy Indian food is great. I feel like just it's just kind of like it's kind of like just adding another element, like another level of something. It's kind of like I would equivalent to like, when you like a certain texture, like you like crunchy food, like crunchy, crispy fried food or whatever. It's just that added element that I really, really appreciate.
Yeah. Yeah, those jalapeno poppers sound good, but they're jalapenos. But if they were, and that, it's funny because I don't even really care for peppers in general. Like
Hmm.
I'll have a good roasted red pepper with some fresh
Yeah.
mozzarella. Like that to me
Hmm.
is where I pretty much call it. Because there was a bag of sweet peppers at my
Hmm.
in-laws, and they're just chomping down on them, and I'm like,
Oh
"What are
my
you doing?
gosh.
Like, why is this happening?" They always get me on foods that I won't eat, and it's
Hmm.
terrible because it's not like there's many of them. They
Hmm.
just eat all the foods that I don't eat.
Hmm.
So I
Hmm.
become like that child, where we don't give spicy food to that child, and or we're gonna make something separate for Panda because she's not gonna eat it. I'm like, all right, you don't
Yeah.
have to call it out. Like either make it separate or don't make it at all, but don't call me out on it.
I
Um,
would I would probably do the same. I will sometimes put like Frank's red hot sauce
mhm.
in mac and cheese
Oh,
just to like make it spicy, but
just to give you the
don't
thrill.
worry. I'll scoop out some plain mac and cheese.
Some plain, not the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
No. Some plain mac and cheese. You must love vanilla ice cream too. You don't even like special ice cream. No, I have interests in ice cream and special flavors, okay? Um all right, so while we're in the food, this is one of the last food products. Let's talk about pork. So, it was
Oh yeah.
funny because I noticed that when you were talking about wait, there's mac and cheese without hot sauce? Ew. Okay, Infozar, calm yourself. Um, you mentioned everything but like pork butt, like pork belly.
Yeah, so like I like I'll eat bacon,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll eat like Italian sausage. I will maybe eat a piece of pork belly, which is definitely one of the popular things to have at Korean barbecue,
Mm-hmm.
but generally no. And if I'm with you and you like pork belly, you're on your own. Like, um, but um, I had a psych teacher. She ruined pork for me.
Oh no.
I just remember her talking about it in class, and sorry to gross, like, trigger warning for anyone who doesn't want to be grossed out. Like, plug your ears for a moment. Um, she was telling us about a time that she was making some like slow cooker pork, and she had poured a can of Coca-Cola over this piece of pork. And I guess this isn't, I've seen a video of this happening too, but basically some white worms came crawling out
Mm.
of the pork. I know it's probably not as common, but I've definitely seen a video of a woman pulling these worms
Oh wow.
out of the pork. And for some reason, after that, I was like, all right, it's ruined for me. It's absolutely ruined. I can't. And like, people, you can offer me a pork chop, you can offer me a pork rib. Absolutely not. Bacon, I'm thinking twice about it because I do love bacon
Yeah.
and it's cut thin,
Yeah, there's no
and
worms in thin cut bacon.
right, and I'm not gonna see them. Then the same thing with like ground Italian sausage. While it may be in there, maybe, hopefully not. Hopefully not. I'm not seeing them, because it's all
Right. But you would
processed.
cook it. Yeah, see that's my idea, Davey, is that even if there's like worms and stuff, all that crap goes out when you start cooking it, and that's why they always say you have to cook
Yeah,
pork really, really,
really
really
well.
well.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise you eat worms.
Yeah.
That's the
And
saying, right?
just the idea behind that was enough to be like, no thanks.
Thanks, but no thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we don't like pork. That's fine. Brie Marie, thank you so much for the follow.
Brie.
And then we'll talk about something that involves nightmares and thing, which would be spiders.
Ooh.
Now tell me if spiders, the look of them freak you out. Because I'm gonna go ahead and press click on this spider.
Oh no,
okay.
I'm totally okay.
Okay, no, somebody else put spiders on their list, and then I
Mhm.
went ahead and Wikipedia'd it, and they had like a heart attack, and I was
A
like,
little
I'm
panic
sorry,
attack.
I didn't mean to. I'm sorry. But yeah, so tell me about spiders.
Yeah, just spiders. Ugh, like, I. It's so funny to me because I just remember when I was younger, I had such an immunity to a fear of like daddy long legs, and like I could pick them up and let them crawl about because I thought they were, you know, nice and gentle. And but like every other kind of spider, no way. But I also have the hardest time. I can't kill them. Like I can't. Like I cannot consciously feel okay killing them because I don't know. I feel like this level of guilt anytime I do. And I'll try to justify it and be like, you're invading my home, my space, and you don't belong here. But 99% of the time, I'm just like, somebody help me take it outside.
Right.
Especially like the ones that move really fast, the ones that jump. I saw also, not to like freak everybody out, but I did see a TikTok quite literally, I don't know, like a week ago, of this girl who talked about a time that she had a spider in her ear.
Oh yeah, that's pretty.
And
Yeah.
and I know that's not common, I know it doesn't happen often, but just every bit about it is just, ugh, ugh. Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, Galvos likes to keep spiders in the house. So he has his little spider friends, and it's not like he names them. And if their web or area gets too gross, he'll take them
Hmm.
outside. But otherwise, yes, there are spiders living in my house that I am well aware of. There's nothing I can do about them because Galvos likes them.
Oh, no.
Now, he's like, if they get any bigger or scarier, then obviously, but these are like little house spiders. Like they're really, to me, even, I'm like, all right, mate, we're fine. I can deal with this in my bathroom. But other than that, uh, there we have brown recluse in the Midwest,
Oh my
and
gosh, that's scary.
yeah, it's terrifying. And so, like, for me, I don't know all the spider looks. He'll be
Hmm.
like, oh, that's an orb weaver, or oh, that's a house spider, and I'm like, when does it become a brown recluse? Like, I don't know all the
Hmm.
looks. I can't tell you what it
Maybe we need
is.
to look one up.
Oh God. Okay.
I know we get wolf spiders,
Yes.
and they're huge.
Mm-hmm.
And we also get um what are they called? Black widows.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get black widows too. Ooh.
Yeah, so this thing is apparently what's the size of a quarter or bigger.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
think I think they're the size of a quarter. But maybe no, there you go. Here's a penny. So it's the size
Ooh.
of a quarter.
Mm.
But yeah, they're long legs that come out like that, and it's terrifying.
Ugh.
And they're like, here they are, right in the middle of the. I'm like, oh great, this is great. I love this for me. Um, and then what? I don't even know what an earwig is.
Ooh, earwigs. Ooh.
Ooh, what are those? They found on all continents except for Antarctica. I mean, I feel like that's a saying for anything. Um, let's see. Pair for some
Also,
pictures. Go ahead.
I don't know if this is right, but I feel like a long time ago I read something about earwigs aren't actually named earwigs, but they got the nickname from a Twilight or not no, the Twilight Zone show because they used those in an episode where they were like going into ears or something like that. And I don't know if that's right or not. So curious
Let's see.
what
Derma
Wikipedia might say.
Dermaptera. Searching for the word derma. Commentary to earwig is derived from the Old English ear and wiga, which is insect, or literally beetle. Entomologists suggest that the origin of the name reference appearance of the hindwigs, which are unique, distinctive among insects and remember a human ear when unfolded. The more popularly thought to be related to the old wives' tale that earwigs burrowed in the brains of humans through the ear and laid their eggs there. Earwigs are not known to purposely climb into ear canals, but there have been anecdotal reports of earwigs being found in the ear. So, let's see.
Ew.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's good. We're talking about earwigs. Let's go back to the top list here, your liked items, and let's talk about Tetris.
Okay.
What? Wait a
Tetris.
minute. Hold on. 2023 biographical film called Tetris.
Yeah, I saw that came out. I have yet to watch it, but I saw that it came out on Apple TV,
Oh yeah.
and it's like the origin story of how Tetris came to be. I'm sure it's a little bit exaggerated,
Yeah.
but it
Interesting.
sounds fascinating.
Yeah. I'll have to see if I can totally use Apple TV and not another service to find it.
Hmm.
But let's go into Tetris. So go ahead.
Um, Tetris has been one of my favorite, just mind numbing games. Like, just shut off brain, don't think about it too hard games. I started playing back when there was a website called Tetris Friends.
Okay.
And pretty much Tetris Friends gave you like a bunch of different modes, but I think what they did was they were aiming for people to play amongst other players, like, or play against other players and be able to chat. And so I practice a lot. Epic Fail Sauce, who came in and raided, actually showed me Tetris Friends because there was a popular League of Legends player who was playing a lot of Tetris on Twitch. And so that's how I initially got into it. And I would play so much that I actually started dreaming about falling blocks.
Okay.
And I don't know, have you seen the Queen's Gambit? It's a movie about a girl who becomes really, really good at chess.
Okay.
And there's one scene where she's looking up at the ceiling and she's just imagining her chess piece moves, like all the moves, and just studying it and thinking about chess. And honestly, I was like, that's how I feel about Tetris. I'm just constantly thinking about falling blocks and where they fit.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen The Queen's Gambit, it's really good. I really liked it. It's on Netflix, I believe. Really, really good show.
Yeah, Netflix
Mm-hmm.
2020. Yeah,
Yeah.
the few okay, so for I'll get through all that. Okay. I had to play chess for 3 times. I had to win one out of three
Mm-hmm.
times. And so I learned and I learned and I learned and I started having dreams about chess and how to move the pieces and how they would fit and how, that sort of thing. Um so I understand what you're talking about with falling blocks, like how everything fits together.
Right.
It's a
It's
constant
wild how our
puzzle.
brains do that.
For a while, I was doing Sudoku in my head. When I was doing Sudoku,
Wow.
I was trying to be like, okay, so 4 plus 9, no, just and going through
Mm-hmm.
all of
Mm-hmm.
your at addition and what fits in the squares and all of that stuff. I do something
Absolutely.
called anagram magic squares. No, they don't have it on here, and it's basically what it is it's a big square, and then inside there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different
Mm-hmm.
things, so it equals 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Mm-hmm.
There's words in each of the boxes and they're anagrams for another word.
Mm-hmm.
So if it was like, I don't know, anything, and then you have to match it to the clue that's on the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The first letter that it starts with goes down at the very bottom to make a phrase.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm saying the word heart is it, and it's number 5 clue, I put the 5 in the square, and then the whole
Mm-hmm.
row has to equal 65.
Oh, interesting.
It is so much fun for my brain. It's numbers, it's letters, it's figuring out box pieces. I highly recommend it if you like puzzles.
Oh yeah.
Sorry about that little rant. So
No,
you
no, 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 no. I love it.
you play Tetris on your streams.
Mm-hmm.
So when did you start doing that?
Um, it's gotta be I want to say sometime last year or maybe 2 years ago. Maybe a year and a half ago, because so Tetris Friends ended up shutting down, and I was really bummed about it. But then somebody told me about Tether.io. It's like TETR.io, and it's just which you can go onto your browser and look it up. And you can basically just play Tetris in your browser. They do have a downloadable option. And I was like, man, this is awesome, because it kind of had the same vibe as Tetris Friends, where they did have ways to compete against other people. They had a whole tier system of, ranking and stuff like that. I don't really like doing the competitive stuff. There are fancy moves that you can do in Tetris. One of them's called like the T-spin.
Okay.
And I know lots of people, they go and they study these. They study all these different moves that you can make, and come up with different strategies. I don't really do that. I like it. I like it more for like relaxed. What I stream mostly what's called like a 40 lines.
Mm-hmm.
So it's basically like clearing 40 lines as fast as you can. And I can't remember what it was, but like I just didn't want to play anything too intense one morning or something late at night. I just wanted something to be chill and not have to really think about it, but also be able to interact with the chat. I think it was a late night one. It was like a DGen stream or something. And when you have like lo-fi playing and you're just talking really soft and then you're just watching blocks fall down, people seem to really enjoy that. Like they're just like, oh my gosh, ASMR Tetris. Like there's something that's making me sleepy just watching these blocks fall down, listening to Panda talking to me super soft and all sleepy, like,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
yeah. And so it just kind of caught on to be one of my classic go-tos for streaming.
You have such a wonderful voice for it too. You have a great radio voice.
Thank
So,
you. I appreciate that.
so do you label that under ASMR or Tetris?
I I was going under the Tether.io category,
Mm-hmm.
but there would be people that would come in and be like, 1v1 me. And I'm just like, nah, man, I'm trying to chill.
Right.
So I ended up doing those a lot more in just chatting.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I would tag the ASMR or like tag, I guess there's a visual ASMR tag.
Hmm.
I don't know what really qualifies as visual ASMR. But I thought like, it's like when you're listening to, oh man, this is throwback. Okay. I don't know, way back when the old Windows music player or the PlayStation console, whenever you put a CD in and it would play play the song, and it would have like some sort of visualizer.
Mm-hmm.
For me, like I kind of wondered, like, is that what visual ASMR is? Where it's just like it looks calming, or yeah, like something like that, where it's just all kind of low-key trippy in a way. And if people are like watching Tetris and thinking, yeah, I'm enjoying watching these colored blocks
Right.
fall,
Yeah,
maybe it's
definitely.
just a little relaxing. I don't know, adding that tingle, the satisfactory of watching the lines clear, um, and giving you that extra like, ooh, it's so good.
Oh, definitely like the solve of a puzzle or like a line clear. I can tell you from experience that it's pretty
Hmm.
sweet to watch. The watermelons thing that you've been doing lately,
Oh my gosh.
that's been pretty cool to watch as well.
Yes, definitely. To me, if the pops were a little more softer,
Yeah.
I really think I really think that they would hit another level of audience, you know, of ASMR pop pop pop.
Yeah. Like the tapioca balls. Just
Right.
yeah. Okay, so let's go like totally other direction and let's talk about EDM. Um and I'm curious as far as, we're talking about calm and relaxed and then
Mhm.
there's EDM.
Mhm.
Tell me about it. Tell me why it's on your list.
EDM I also Epic Fail Sauce showed me EDM way back when. And it's funny because for me, I was like, I really like EDM as a genre, but I don't know too many artists. I don't know the names of songs, but man, I really like this. And EDM's definitely something that I probably lean towards playing when I'm streaming like Fortnite or something like a little more fast paced. Um, I don't know. It just like I feel like it can be like a couple different vibes. You can get something that's like fast, upbeat, um, and like I'm gonna just punch my arms in the air, or like something sad and like soulful and still be like painfully good, you know, like,
Right.
oh, this hurts so good, you know.
Right, right. Yeah, house techno, drum and bass, dance pop, dub.
Mhm. Mhm. I think it's EDM's kind of all encompassing. I really, if I'm like trying to narrow down more of a niche, it's so wild because like EDM, like there's so many genres that you could classify as EDM. It's just electronic dance music. Anything you can dance to that's electronic. But I would say maybe it's like melodic melodic dub, maybe
Okay.
is probably what I would describe. Like artists like one of my favorites is Adventure Club.
Okay.
And like I enjoy Slander. Uh they are also an awesome duo. Uh Dabin. I would say Adventure Club is great as far as melodic, but they are considered EDM. They are actually the first EDM artist that I ever listened to. Um, and then I would say like a couple years ago, I started to branch out into actually trying to discover artists and their names and
Right.
names of songs and stuff like that. But I would say Adventure Club was like the first EDM artist that I ever got into, which is a duo of Christian and Leighton, and they're pretty cool. They're
Yeah.
pretty cool.
And Tony Boy, welcome on in. So, what I'm obsessed with, what I just read, which was that after getting bored with the pop punk sound and finding success with the dubstep remix of Daisy by Brand New.
Hmm.
You listen to Yellow Card, so you must know who Brand New is. No?
Yes, sounds. I think so.
The Quiet Things That No One Ever Knows would be their main hit. But I mean, if you heard
Hmm.
it, you would know it because it's
I would
literally
probably know
right
it. Yeah.
around Yellow Card. But yeah, that's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. So I'm definitely putting them on my list because that's
Oh yeah, and they have been coming out with collabs, and I could recommend a few. And what I really love, ooh, you know what you might like. Hold on, let me just Google this. Uh, I'm trying to think of the name of the band that they collabed with recently.
let's see if they have anything.
I know they just came out with the Sullivan collab, but that's a little more like a little hardcore. Um, shoot. What's the name of that band? They're very, I don't know, but like to just kind of sidestep back into like what we were talking about. They, I would say that a lot of EDM artists are also starting to integrate some pop punk or like punk uh music in with EDM, and I super appreciate that because
Yeah.
like the my high school emo, it feels so happy. Like there's Millennium and Tom DeLonge, is that how you pronounce his last name? From, I think he's from Blink 182. They did, or paper in hold on, I'm looking it up.
Okay.
Tom Millennium. It's like Angels and Airwaves.
Oh, I love Angels and Airwaves.
Yeah. Angels and Airwaves, Tom DeLonge and Millennium, they did a song called Paper Thin, and I feel like EDM artists going in that direction makes my little emo heart happy.
Yeah, that makes me happy too. That's I didn't know about all that.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. So then let's go over to yellow card. Now, you wrote only one. Did you just like that one song or did you
Oh, I love a lot of Yellow Card songs. Some of their like newer stuff I don't really know too well,
Mhm.
but only one like is a song I feel like I could listen to on repeat and never get tired of it
Yeah.
ever.
Have you seen them new? The new in concert?
I haven't, but I did see that they're going on tour around, and uh William Ryan Key from Yellow Card. I actually, it's funny because he actually occasionally streams on Twitch. He'll play Call of Duty. He'll do other like music streams and stuff, but um it's pretty cool to watch him work. But yeah, it's definitely one of their songs that I could listen to over and over. There are a lot of their other stuff though that I do enjoy, and I know all the lyrics. So
One second.
yeah.
Swallowed my own spit. Mark
Oh
Grimes,
no.
welcome on in. I'm
Take your
fine.
time.
Everything's fine. But yeah, I mean, there's so much special about that. So much that is special about Yellow Card
Hmm.
and how different they were
Hmm.
coming on in. Um, and yeah, I just that was I had a Yellow Card T-shirt. I met
Hmm.
them at the 2004 Warp Tour.
Oh, sick.
They all signed my Warp Tour '04 T-shirt.
Nice.
They were the only band I met, and it's because I was backstage. And this isn't as cool as it sounds. I was backstage because my brother knew a band, and we were hanging out with that band. And then the
Hmm.
band was like, "Come backstage," and we were like, "Okay." And they didn't know that I was like 13,
Yeah.
so it didn't matter that I was like 13, but I was totally fangirling. Like I was, it's not that I was drinking alcohol or doing anything
Right,
bad,
right.
but like they had no idea that I was 13 years old and like
Yeah.
back there hanging with all the guys who were smoking and drinking and
Right.
doing all sorts of things.
That's
Whatever.
so cool though. That would be such a cool experience to be able to like see all that.
Yeah, it was yeah, it was
What
awesome.
what's your favorite Yellow Card song?
Um uh
Hard to choose. Sorry to put you on the spot like that.
Dear Bobby.
Oh, okay.
I thought that was such a well done song. I almost cry
Mhm.
every single time I hear it. And
Mhm.
then uh uh what's the one about I actually play it on my stream. I actually do it with music and I'm trying to
Mhm.
think. It's the one about 9/11.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Be strong,
Right,
believe.
Believe. Mhm.
Yeah.
And I actually play that on acoustic when I play
Yeah.
because I think it's just such a powerful song.
Yeah.
All right, so we've got about 5 minutes here, and I wanted to talk about Totoro.
Okay. Oh,
Um,
just a
Go ahead.
real quick thing is I did see Adventure Club tweet at William Ryan Key, and so I'm just like, collab? Because so
Yeah.
I think they might. I did see them talking to each other on Twitter, so I'm low key like,
Ooh.
yellow card Adventure Club, please collab. Like
Yes, that would be
that would
incredible.
that would make my world collide.
That's awesome. Tell me about Totoro.
Oh my gosh. Totoro, childhood memory favorite. I remember I grew up on watching the Fox version, not the like,
Yeah.
I don't know, it was just kind of like not, it was the uh dubbed
Yeah.
version.
English dub.
Um and Totoro's just been, he's just kind of like evokes the same feelings of like I mentioned earlier about like fat pandas. Like you just want to like put your arms around him and just squeeze because he's so cute. And I just love, I also kind of related to the fact that my sister, I remember growing up when we were younger, she was like, "You're just like May," and I'm the older, and then she was like the older sister, and I'm like, "I'm not that bratty." Okay, but also I was kind of like May, really stubborn. And so like I kind of related to her growing up. And yeah, I love Totoro. I've got a Totoro wallet. I It's probably my favorite studio uh studio or Hayao Miyazaki. I can never pronounce it, pronounce the name. Uh, Miyazaki film. Definitely one of my top favorites.
Yeah. Redacted from. No, it's the same thing. Um, yeah, and I was reading too when it was saying that the 2000. Give me a second because I lost it. 2004 Walt Disney new English dub of My Neighbor Totoro
Mm,
because the
okay.
rights to the Streamline dub had expired.
Yeah.
So
It's and if you all haven't watched it and you want something that's like wholesome and cute, it's a good
oh,
movie.
Dakota and Elle Fanning are Satsuki and
Yeah.
Ray. That's so cute.
Yeah. Yeah. Um have have you seen Totoro?
I've seen pieces of it,
Mm-hmm.
which is my own. Is no fault but my own.
um, I also thought it was interesting, which I would say maybe watch it before diving into it. But there's like this whole what's it called? Theory that Totoro is actually like the god of death. Like there's like this whole theory about it. And that's also like something that I don't know if it's on Wikipedia, but you could definitely Google it and go down a rabbit hole a little bit, a small rabbit hole of that theory and people's thoughts behind who Totoro really is and the meaning of everything. So
Yeah, I just did a control F for the word death, which I'm sure Wikipedia appreciates, and did not find it. They're like, "Oh, my neighbor Totoro, that's so exciting. Can we
yeah,
find the word death, please?
yeah.
That would be great." All right, so I wanted to end. I think I chose two to end on, and the first is orchids, lotuses, and cherry blossoms.
Mm-hmm.
So, which one of those do you want to hit the most?
I will let you pick. All three of those are my favorite flowers.
Oh, okay. Let's talk about cherry blossoms because I think they're beautiful.
They so are, and I've seen so many like installations of cherry blossom trees like planted a certain way to make like walkways look so gorgeous, and I just think they're so beautiful. And I love that it's like a whole
Yeah.
like cultural thing. And they're just, I don't know, very abundant in some parts of Japan. And yeah, I think they're beautiful too.
Yeah, this is a good walkway with a bunch of cherry blossoms. Um, like you were saying, but yeah, there are wow. That's
There's
pretty
some
cool.
really beautiful trees. Like,
Yeah, this one specifically is a tree about 2,000 years old. This one
that's
right
so
here.
wild.
Like
Can you imagine how much it's seen?
I know. That's that's nuts. Um these are so pretty. I realize now that I called orchids orchids, but I'm really glad you didn't say anything. So,
I just also love that cherry blossoms, they, while they're in abundance, they just seem so delicate.
yeah. Yeah, there was a cherry blossom outside of my university, and I took this, like, glamour shot with it over my face like this, and
Oh, heck yeah.
I'm like, cherry blossoms.
Cherry blossoms.
Card captor cherry blossom.
I'm curious, in what place, like, I'm like, can I grow one in my backyard?
Right, right. Yeah, I'm sure you could.
Are they, do they thrive in many different kinds of environments? Because we have all four seasons here. And we do have like a Japanese maple in the front, but like I don't know like if it needs to have like certain weather conditions to survive. Like it can't have any harsh winter or
Many cherries of October's bloom from March to April in the northern hemisphere.
mm,
So I guess yes, because that
okay.
doesn't that doesn't by country by region. United States. Um. Oh, New Jersey's Essex County is the oldest country county park in the U.S. and the largest collection of cherry blossom trees. Oh.
Wow.
Philadelphia, other cities have cherry blossom festivals. Yeah, I'm sure you could.
Mhm.
It would take a long time to grow. What's card captor cherry blossom? I don't know what that means. Wonder if anyone will get this comment.
Card captor cherry blossom.
I don't know. I did
Hmm.
not get it, Mark Rides. I apologize. Um, all right, so the last thing I wanted to put up was Memento Mori.
Mhm.
I'm curious as to why uh this
It's
made it.
oh yeah. It's, to me this is kind of fascinating. Like the Memento Mori, like basically a reminder of like, not to be like super dark, but like the remembering that we're mortal, that you die, you know, like
Right.
and so like Memento Mori I feel like can come in many different forms. Um but I think I mentioned also like skulls and skeletons and stuff like that. And just like the idea of um I don't know, just being reminded that like you have a limited, you have a certain amount of time. And I don't know, like I also find skulls and skeletons fascinating in a way because it's like also a reminder that we're all kind of the same underneath, you know,
I
in a
like
way.
that. Yeah, for sure.
That like after everything is stripped away, after your whole life is stripped away, like we're all kind of just the same underneath. We're all bones. And I feel like it can also be kind of beautiful in a way,
Yeah.
depending how it's depicted or or presented or
Yeah.
portrayed.
It says it's reduced to three essentials: life, death, and time.
Mm-hmm.
I like that a lot.
Yeah. And I think it's something that's good to remind ourselves that, like, once life is stripped away, once our time is out, like, we're all
That's it.
essentially the same.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I love that. I think that's actually a beautiful way to end. Um, it's not dark at all. I
Mhm.
think that it's a beautiful way to end. So,
Yeah.
do you have anything that was on your list that we didn't really touch, or anything that you can think of now that you wanted to talk about?
No, I think wow, I feel like we covered a lot.
Yeah, we had a really good list here, and so we
Yeah.
definitely covered a lot. People are just people are usually oh god, my words today. People are usually surprised at how much or how little we get through, depending on how hot the topic is.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
I think we had a good variety of stuff here that we can touch on. So I
We
hope
did.
you had fun.
I did, and thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, this has been great. You've been an excellent guest. Um, Not that I've
Sorry
had.
I talk so much.
No, I'm so glad that you do. I always say this is your show, and I'm just kind of directing it. But this is your show, and I wanted people to know about you, and I hope your viewers know more about you. And I'll be putting this on YouTube, so you can send it to whoever you like.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. Um, but on that note, I'm going to see if there is somebody to raid. Um, so if Twitch would not mute site, mute site, mute site. Okay, good. Woo! You know that
Mood.
feeling?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, the Panda Panda show. Um, let's see. We are gonna go over to Mary Amber because
Let's go.
um she will be our who will be on next week.
Heck
So
yeah.
we're gonna go to Mary Amber. Everybody, this is the raid call. It's very boring and generic. Um, but yeah, I hopefully will see you guys around. And thanks again, Fat Panda. And let's go on a raid.
Bye.